From WBBZ-TV Sports, it's time to Beat the Champ. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Peck and Sue Novoitsky.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beat the Champ at Rapids Bowling Center in Niagara Falls. This is our fourth fun week. It's a ladies competition. Some of the premier bowlers in Western New York. We have a few local people. We have Michelle Sterner, one of our great Hall of Famers, and also from this area. We have Tabitha Dominguez, we have Stephanie Price, and we have Julie Selk. So tell us about the format.
So format, we're going to do 1 versus 4, which is going to be Stephanie and Julie Selk. Then we're going to have 2 versus 3, which is going to be Tabitha and Michelle Sterner. So it's a little bit different format. There's really not a benefit to being high qualifier. So it's just going to be straight up match play and see who makes it to the final match.
And this is going to be a scratch event, so you're not going to have to really worry about handicap or anything like that.
Okay, so no handicap, so it's just going to be who's the top lady bowler in Western New York today.
That's right. Just
That's
straight
awesome.
up bowling.
All right.
So without further ado, let's get rolling. Okay, our number 1 seed, Stephanie Price, is opting to let Julie start this match. So we're going to see Julie Selk up first. I think we're all a little bit familiar with Julie. She's been on this show. I think this is at least her 4th appearance now that she's been on Beat the Champ. 1 for the regular show and
3 women's.
3 women's shows.
3 women's shows. I think she was on, did she make a show once with her daughter, Mattingly, or no?
I'm not sure.
But we've got 2 players here watching them during practice that both have a decent amount of loft on the lane. So they're going to eliminate that weird part, most of that weird part in the front of the lane. Plus the guys have broken them down, so.
Well, I originally thought that, by the time the girls bowled on this condition that it would have been really, really difficult. But thankfully to the right, the oil is held up and there's a spot for them to play. And Stephanie throws it good. She's got a nice hand. She seems to be, the way I'm looking at it, a little bit deep. Like she
started off deep in practice too. She did not try a shot outside at all. She directly went in. So I'm thinking during qualifying, she was playing inside a little bit deeper than some of the other girls. Doesn't have high ball speed. Nice little lucky spare on the outside there. Take that. But yeah, she went right inside right away. And it's nice to see, women that aren't afraid to move inside and be comfortable. It's something that generally they don't want to do.
It just seems like exactly where she is where all the dry is to the left of her.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice shot. I mean, she's got a nice line to the pocket if she hits it. If she misses a little right, she's not going to get the drive because she doesn't have much of a rev rate. Just a nice kind of easy rolling ball.
Well, this was the tighter lane too, so I think that I think that was a good shot. It just was going to be naturally be a little bit lighter, but
she might tweak that a little bit on the next one.
Exactly.
Surprised she did not have, we're going to go to this, a plastic ball for her spare for her 10 pin. That was...
Clearly we've been bowling together for way too long because almost everything that you said today, I've been thinking here the same thing. Like especially with all that dry in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
That your ball's just going to bite up on that.
It's never going to skid. What a beautiful shot there by Julie.
Julie's become a very well-rounded player.
She's grown over the last couple of years. The first time that I had met her, honestly didn't know who she was, and she has just expanded what she does. She was good, but she was one-dimensional. Very one-dimensional.
And I look at kind of like the same transition we talk about with Rocket Rob, where Rocket Rob just fired it and learned how to
great shot,
how to slow it down, make the ball work a little bit more. And I see Julie having done the same thing, and always with her equipment and practice, and she's really stayed on top of things.
And she studies it too. Like she knows her equipment and she knows what balls she wants to add into her arsenal. Same shot as last time on that one, inside again.
I'm just wondering whether she's missing a little bit or whether she's really trying to stuff that ball in on that lane, because
And part of it for her could be nerves too. You know, she's got a little less experience bowling on TV, you know, and probably wants to make that really good impression.
Well, I love her Mowit's glittery shirt.
Ooh, blingy, blingy. Yeah, this is, once again, you know, out there watching, this is one thing that I think she might look at after she watches the show and just talking about a plastic ball and spares.
Right. Even if you're not comfortable shooting your plastics, your left-hand spares with your plastic ball, always for your 10 pins if you're right-handed.
Always.
It just takes away so much margin for error.
Yep. Another pretty close shot, but that little bit of hang. So she's definitely more comfortable on the tighter lane.
Well, what she's doing, she can get away with on 29. That you can't. That because there is more oil, you can afford to get it in a little bit. But actually, she's kind of like getting it, like what she should do on 30. She's doing on 29.
All right, good.
It's like you could almost like flip-flop for what she's doing.
And her kids are obviously excited to watch her bowl today.
How cute.
It's super cute. Oh, Julie got a little quick, stuck a little bit.
Does Julie have a tendency to go a little quick?
She does, because she was so good at throwing the ball hard, and her feet being a little quick enabled her to keep her ball speed. So when she does practice, one of the things she works on is keeping her feet really slow, because her tendency is just to want to go, 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 go. You know. So all right, no chop on that. Yep, good spare.
This feels like a good time to take a short break. We'll be right back with more action on Beat the Champ.
Instant replay on Beat the Champ is brought to you by Transit Lanes and Keglers. Join us for bowling, food, and drinks.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ. Let's get back to the action here on WBBZ-TV.
Yeah, it's a radical conspiracy. Oh, that is wide right. The ever common 1-5. So this is going to be just hopefully a strike shot right back out to make your 1-5.
Yep, hopefully. Hopefully this is very makeable.
I think she's pretty excited too. She's got her parents here, and she's got 2 daughters, Devon and Cameron, and a son, Cody, watching, and her boyfriend, Dan. So I think she wants to do really well against Julie on this. It's nice when your kids come out and watch it. All right, let's see what Julie does on the shot. Almost got a lucky break. Almost tripped that 9 pin out.
That was just left off her hand.
Yeah, it's real uncomfortable. You're definitely afraid to miss, right?
Well, as I said, when the haunting thoughts come in, like in the beginning is one thing, when you just come off of practice, you have an idea of what you want to do. Then all of a sudden, you think it's a pretty good shot, only it came up light, and then you adjust off that and you go high, and then all of a sudden, on these conditions, it can be gone as fast as you find it.
Right. Well, right now we're looking at Julie being up 20 pins,
right,
even with the open. So, see if she can get back on it. She's trying to force that. That just went right up 11, 12. But once again, the ball was left off her hand. If she had gone straighter up it,
right,
it might have been a little bit closer. So this might be with her ball speed and her loft, Julie could probably actually eke in just a hair. She might be standing a little bit too far right. All right, good on the spares.
Yep. So the winner of this match will sit and wait for Michelle Sterner to bowl Tabitha Dominguez, and then the winner of that match will meet the winner of this match for the overall champion.
Okay, really nice shot there. She's keeping it in play for the most part. She's close. And this is not a fun spare on this too, because really easy to chop. Take that 2-pin right off the 5. All right. Great spare. No problem.
Well, plus with all that oil in the, or all that dry in the middle of the lane, we watched the ball run away quite a few times over the last 3 weeks.
Yep, looking past it. In practice, she was pretty lined up on this lane. That was with the other ball, though. I like that. They are
Somebody
so happy for Mom.
Very nice.
All right, yep. Okay, 2 frames left to go. 3 for Julie. That looks so good. Yep. Smooth, stayed down. A little further right than what she did on 29.
Much better.
Mm-hmm. She's tough. I know I don't like to bowl her.
Well, she hates to lose. We know that about her.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Hold trip 4. That was inside a little bit, too. Got a nice trip 4 break. That puts her with a pretty healthy lead going into these last 2 frames.
Yep, that double really.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah, a little bit hard on the grip pressure there. I think she really wanted to try to get one in there. Let's see if she can make the baby split again. That's got to be a good experience for her, though, you know, to bowl on TV. And
Excellent experience. And if
yeah, great spare,
and
great
if she
spare.
would have chose to, she would actually have had enough pins to make the main show.
Right.
But she just chose to compete in the ladies show. But if she would have made the decision, because everybody qualified together, she would have made the she would have
the
made
cut,
the cut
to bowl against the guys to make the show.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's the other part. And,
Right. You
know,
still have to make the top 9 after that, but
Yeah.
she would have made the top 24.
Yeah. And that was a beautiful, beautiful shot. So she's going 179 if she strikes out.
Right. Well, Julie's going to be the victor of this match, and Julie will wait in the wings to see what the result is of the next match. But I will come back and talk to Stephanie for a little bit after this, and then we'll be off to our next match. So stay tuned. Stephanie Price, who was defeated by Julie Selk 187 to 169, but there really is no loss when you have all this, is there?
Oh, not at all. Never lost with my kids rooting me on.
How do you have so much time to get so good at bowling when you have all of this going on?
They practice with me. They're going to be bowlers in the future as well.
Perfect. So we're going to see you guys on the show pretty soon, aren't we? Well, we see you for the first time now, but we know what we have to look out for. But you did a great job today, and really impressed. I don't get to see you bowl that often, but you throw it really good, and yeah, I'm sure I'm going to see you again.
I'm sure you will. I'm going to be at Island Lanes next month, so watch out.
All right, we're going to watch out for all of them, and we'll be back for Michelle Sterner and Tabitha Dominguez right after this. Michelle Sterner is opting to start this match because she is the higher seed in this particular case. So we'll see Michelle for the first time. Michelle is more accolades than we could read off in the amount of time she'll be up on the lanes.
I watched her during practice, and she was going through a bunch of different ball choices. And she elected for this, which is the smoother of all the balls that she had. Michelle is a player that's been very good at opening a lane up. She's very good at crossing boards. She's got slower ball speed.
How it's conducive to this, I mean, kudos to Michelle for making the show on this particular shot, because although I've watched her bowl a million times on, on hooking conditions, because of her, the way she gets to the front of the lane, a lot of head oil is not her friend. So, but still, this forces her in, and it seems that with that slower ball speed, that she might get into a little trouble there in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, I think when she was during qualifying though, she just bowled so well. I mean, she made amazing shots. She was bowling next to me on one of the pairs, and she started off with a really strong game. I believe she had like 2-team, which on the pattern that we were bowling on is huge. It's like shooting 250, 260 on a house shot. And now we've got Tabitha, who's a lot more direct. She just wants to go up and at them. This is the first time for me watching her. I don't get out this way a lot, so I don't know the players from out this way.
Right, Tabitha is a resident of Lewiston, so she's out this in this direction. And Michelle's out here in Niagara Falls, so I'm sure they've seen each other before in leagues and stuff out this way.
Oh, man, she got it in a little bit, and that's the spot where the ball is going to hook.
But this is a testimony to this shot and how it's tough for everybody. Everybody has to make shots on it, but you can kind of play where you want to play. Like as you can see, she's out to the right. This shot isn't pigeonholing anybody into any particular spot.
Definitely not. There's no mold for this.
Yeah, and there is no great, perfect spot that's going to give you, give you great ball reaction. You really got to make shots and make your spares.
I just pretty much, when I was bowling, was just trying to get the ball up to the 1-3 pocket, and it was not an easy feat.
I think the slower ball speed would help or hurt on this, because I've watched, for this month here at Rapids, it seems like most of the players had higher ball speeds.
Okay, so on this kind of pattern, if you're going to play a little bit further inside, anything left of the second arrow, the 10 board, you're going to want to have higher ball speed. But I think the players that had the slower ball speed could have played outside if they had the right ball and their feet were far enough to the right. And that's where I think some of the straighter players maybe never got their feet far enough right. I know I was standing further right than I've stood in a long time. Unfortunately, I wasn't throwing the ball great, so that was part of the problem. Now, that was a phenomenal shot. Right. Definitely changed where she was going to play. And Michelle is really good at figuring stuff out quick.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an aggressive player. Michelle's not afraid to make any kind of shot.
And she's right. And she's bowled a ton of tournaments. She's put herself out there, and you learn, and it makes you a better player.
She was our teammate for years, and Michelle always gives you not only 100%, she gives you 150%.
Right. Plus the camaraderie, behind the scenes, like always being there to high five you and keep the encouragement going. It really, the momentum keeps up with her. She's a great teammate.
Great teammate, and mentally, when she's got it going on, she is tough. Yeah. She's really tough. We've got some tough people out here. Julie, I don't want to bowl against.
Right.
Michelle, I don't want to bowl against, although it is a lot of fun. They're tough. That's a nice shot. Oh. I actually liked that off her hand. I was surprised it took off at the back.
What ball is that she's using?
That's an idol. Again, a really rotogrip, really nice, smooth, rolling ball. She's the right choice on what kind of pattern we have out here, that you want stuff that's really, really smooth. Here missing the 2 pins. And it's hard to judge for how much that ball's going to hook when it gets down at the end of the lane. I don't think she was going for the split. I think she was going for the 2 pins and just, you know, overestimated or underestimated how much it was going to hook.
Well, one of the little keys that you can pick up that we can give to people as little things to look for is practice. All of these players have had practice. So they get 10 minutes on the pair before we bowl on it. It is very important that you shoot a 10 pin and you shoot a cross alley each way within your practice, not just try to strike, because you want to know what that ball is going to do when you have to cross boards with it.
That was really nice shot. That one had a little bit more loft. I think too, you know, people know, like, when you come on the show, you get your 10 minutes of practice, but you're also practicing on another pair before they come here, just so they can get loose. And sometimes if you're a newer player, you don't take into account the pair that you're going to move to bowl on TV, and you kind of adjust yourself.
You have a
to
mindset already coming onto the TV pair, right?
Yeah, and it's something you just need to wipe out. You're only using that practice pair to get loose, plain and simple.
Well, one thing about this condition is wherever you choose to play on it, it's gonna magnify every mistake that you make. It is just, your shots have to be,
you have to make great
bang
shots.
on.
Yep. She's got her plastic all out for her 610. Oh, and that 610. She went a little more direct at it, not as much cross alley, and it was set up a little bit further apart.
This looks like a good time to take a break. We'll be back with more Beat the Champ right after this. Welcome back to Beat the Champ.
Okay, so we're getting a little bit closer with the
Tighten it up a
match
little
here,
bit.
yeah. If Tabitha can put a mark up there, it's going to be 3-pin match.
I mean, you're not going to find too many times that Michelle's going to open 3 times against you. But again, these
never.
lanes they just kind of invite that stuff happening. Those multiple pin spares are hard to make on this.
And hard to pronounce.
And super hard to pronounce.
So Tabitha just made 2 great shots in a row.
She did.
And leaving a half 10, which is on this, that's where I would stay all day long. And
Take your chances.
Yes, and absolutely just hope you're going to make your spares. Oh, by a whisker.
I couldn't see it, so I was listening for it, and I didn't hear it. And I was like, uh-oh. Wow, we have a 4-pin match here if she strikes.
This is why, you know, and in the essence that we talked about on the show before, you never give up. You get your pins and you keep trying, because you don't know what can happen.
Right.
All right, this should be a makeable spare for her. She's just going to move off her strike shot. Shouldn't be anything difficult making the 3-pin.
Well, like you said in the beginning, when she didn't get the 2 on the split that she left, the 2 pins. Now you put those 2 pins in here, and she's down only 3 pins.
Right.
Right. And you have to pay attention to like getting maximum pin count all the time.
Yeah, we all want to go for the split, and we all want to make the split, but the potential of actually doing that is so low. And here's the perfect example. Give me a couple more pins, and I'm right there. Okay, let's see if Michelle can regroup.
Right, and all it takes is count, because on these conditions, there's a lot of 6 counts, a lot of 7 counts.
Yeah.
So on those, people are losing count as well. So you have to take every pin where you can get it.
She stayed down really good on that one. Okay, this is going to be an ugly spare as well. So consistently, she's gone high on this lane, around the same area. So I potentially, knowing Michelle, would have seen her want to move left a little bit or make a ball change on that, because that's been 3 of the exact same shots in a row.
So true. And, you know, missing the spares has really not given her the opportunity to play around a little bit. I mean, she's almost nervous about making a move and not knowing what's going to happen.
Oh. And she's just said, spare shooting is not good right now.
Well, and she needs to strike. Well, else fails.
Look at this match now. So now we've got Tabitha up potentially 7. Yep.
This is when you look at those multiple pin conversions and you like almost panic.
All right. This is going to be an exciting finish here. Tabitha's been generally, outside of the last couple shots where she left like the half time, her mistakes were in.
I have to wonder where some of the pain that Michelle is in with battling the hip and the knee, if that inability to stay down contributes to missing
Absolutely.
those, to chopping those spares.
Absolutely. Because of the direction.
Because you can tell she's not staying down.
Yep. And the direction of the ball off your hand, not staying down, is so different than what she's used to. So her angle is not where it should be. There's not much that you can do when you're hurt like that other than to kind of figure out a way to overcompensate is what actually should have happened on that. Okay, let's see what Tabitha does. Okay. Not the fun spare from what we've just seen today.
Still only a 4-pin match here.
And this is one of those spares too that, you know, you could throw your plastic at it, which Michelle did and chopped it, and you could throw your strike ball and go across the lane, but going
Which I
across the
would.
lane here, yeah, you would. Going across the lane on this is not fun.
That's one way to make it.
That's the other way to make it. Those are the ones where you kind of like cross yourself and say, thank you, God.
Yeah, you missed by enough to get it on the outside.
Yeah, if you're gonna miss big.
Again, count is very critical.
Yeah. Wow. She packed it. Wow.
That was a place for her best shot of the day.
Oh, absolutely. I'm impressed. That was a gorgeous shot. Yeah. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous shot. That was a little bit in further, you know, than what she had before. A little bit stronger, a little bit more aggressive, which is really cool to see because at some point in this, you're going to be a little bit more nervous. But
no, she didn't baby that at all.
Yeah, no, it was great.
She didn't pull it either. I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It almost looked like her feet were a little bit deeper and her eyes were a little bit deeper. But
oh, I loved it. Let's see if
whatever
she
she
can
did.
repeat this. She's striking out now. She's going 174. If she doesn't strike here, 164. I have to see what Michelle can do.
that was a good shot.
Those were incredibly two of my favorite shots out of any of the shows that we've had.
Wow.
That is
Very, very nice.
That's so exciting. Wow. And you got to wonder where that comes from. It's like, oh. But she did leave a lot of half tens. So maybe her thought process, you know, filtered in and she moved a little bit left.
All right, 7 pins is a winner.
That's
9
enough.
it is.
That was an amazing, amazing finish by Tabitha.
Amazing comeback, amazing testimony to making your spares and not counting yourself out.
Yeah.
And a lot of good bowling there. So we're going to see Tabitha take on Julie Selk when we come back. Stay tuned. I'm joined here by Michelle Sterner, who I know for a fact is not a bad spare shooter. So we've alluded to your hip injury, and I have to feel like you weren't staying down at all, that had to play a part in this.
Absolutely. I'm frustrated, but I really wanted to bowl, so I tried, and that's all I can do. It was definitely, this is a spare shooting shot, so Tabitha bowled good. She made her spares. I mean, it comes down to this, what it happens. And I am injured right now. So, but I tried.
I know you said that you may not have even have bowled this coming into this, and it was nice that you came and you showed up. And you're right, staying down and is critical to making those spares. You just couldn't do it today.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a bowler and you know better, you got to just be healthy and try to, I figured, I can fight through it, but sometimes it's too much. I mean, on an easier shot, to be perfectly honest with you, probably would have gotten through it better, but when it's a hard shot and you got to concentrate more, it's a little harder.
Yeah, well, she made some great shots there. It was very impressive.
She helped me out. Yes, absolutely.
Impressive to see her get up there and throw those shots.
Yes, she did. She did really good. We bowled together on Mondays, so we're kind of teammates, so it was kind of cool.
All right, well, we will see you again, and you just concentrate on getting better.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to come back for the match with Julie Selk and Tabitha. Stay tuned. All right, Tabitha Dominguez is going to start this match off versus Julie Selk. They were the number 3 and 4 seed, and I believe they tied, right?
Yes, they did tie, yep.
And here they are bowling each other after all.
And Tabitha had the higher game. That's why they elected to give her the higher seed. This was the lane that she finished up really good on with Michelle the last match. And that one, she just fired it. A little quick starting the new match.
Everything is so magnified on this type of condition. Anything, your feet get fast, you miss your target a little bit to the right, your projection's a little bit off.
She's actually going really fast. She got up there quick for the spare.
Her timing was a little better.
Spare, yeah, she was smoother, a little slower. That first shot is always something you just got to calm yourself down for.
All right, our first look at Julie for a while. Yeah, I expect that she'll be a little deeper than she was before.
Yeah, she's actually using a urethane ball too. She's using a pitch black, and she's got really good speed that would help her carry with that. Like sometimes with the urethane, you lose a little bit. I know it's harder for me because I don't have a good rev rate and I'm slower. So for me, that's always going to be like a 7-pin or a 10-pin. Julie's speed really helps her out with that. And we just re-drilled this for her. This was her husband's ball.
She's using different balls on each lane?
I thought that was a pitch black, but possibly not. Oh, maybe not. No, you're right. I'm not sure why. So in practice, she must have found, oh, that's the tighter lane too, though. So she might have found that was a little tighter. All right, good spare coverage. But Julie will steal her husband's equipment if she feels that it's something that she wants. And it's kind of
well,
nice.
he's Terry, who's also a bowler, is very supportive of her bowling career and has been so helpful to her. Whoa.
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah, stood up and went left. Yeah, it's nice when you have somebody that supports what you want to do, and Terry is amazing. Lets her, want to go bowl, you go bowl. If you want this ball, you get this ball. So pretty much every holiday, I know I'm going to have a ball sale. So Valentine's Day, anniversary, Christmas.
As long as she's happy.
Yep. It's a tough spare. Oh, that's a really bad break, though. She covered that. That's possibly the only way you're really going to make that spare.
Yep.
And that was just a bad break.
Again, her spare shots are definitely slower and more solid than her first shot. Her first 2 shots have been.
Yeah, it's something that we talk about that a lot of people don't do, and it's nice to see this from this girl.
Better shot.
All right. Okay, not a bad shot for Tabitha.
Her timing was much better on that one. Do you see how she slides her first foot, or her first step?
Yep. Not necessarily something that me as a coach, I don't like people sliding their first step, because when you slide your first step, your body actually physically has to stop to start walking, and so you're actually stopping your body and starting over. So it's kind of nice to go like heel toe. It gets the momentum a little bit cleaner and a little bit smoother. Not to say that some people are very effective with that, but I just like the continual motion and not stopping. So that was a very good pickup.
Heel toe, is that something you're supposed to do? thought it was heel toe, toe toe.
Tiptoe through the tulips. All right. You know what was really neat? I watched Tabitha after she threw the first shot on 29, and if you watched her, you could see her hands. She was kind of telling herself, motioning to slow herself down. Slow down, slow down. All right. She's utilizing the urethane great, especially on the spares, because she does have a spare ball. So I'm pretty sure that right now, with the way that this lane pattern is, she didn't like the way the spare ball was. And the urethane actually kept the spares a little bit easier for her to make. That's a good shot. That was a great
That was the
shot.
urethane
That
ball
was the
too, right?
urethane,
Okay.
right up 12. Yep. Beautiful shot.
So when you go to nationals, when you go to a tournament like that, would you bring a urethane ball?
Always.
When you only have a
Whether-
choice of 6 balls?
I would, because you can utilize that as a spare ball. So technically, a lot of people, and more so men than women, when they're going away and we're trying to pick stuff out, will put the urethane ball in there instead of the plastic ball. So they don't waste one ball of shipping or travel on the plastic. So the urethane they're going to be able to use for the spares and for an ugly pattern if they get on it. So you kind of minimize what you're going to travel with and save yourself.
It has gone from almost extinct to being part of most people's arsenal.
Oh my God, that was a ball we didn't talk about forever, and then every company has one now. And your good players are always going to have one in their bag. I have one. I think I use it once or twice a year, but obviously because my rev rate isn't that good. But it's in my bag. It's in the car. Okay, really tough spare.
Yep, she's left herself a couple different
I know, a
spares.
couple doozies. Oh, it's got to hook a ton. Really fast again. And hit the hang spot. Oh, we've seen her regroup the last match against Michelle. She came back strong at the end.
She did. She also made all her spares. And she just had the 2 splits.
Wow.
The action will continue on Beat the Champ in just a minute.
Instant replay on Beat the Champ is brought to you by Transit Lanes and Keglers. Join us for bowling, food, and drinks.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ.
Again, she had an opportunity. I mean, Stephanie has missed her spare. It's like Julie just jumped all over it.
Right up 10, so it's not going to come up. A little bit right. But here's the other thing, too, with this now. So Julie threw it up 10, missed right, knew she was going to miss right, but she left herself the 1-2.
Right.
So the 1-2 on this pattern shouldn't be a tough spare to make.
Right. Yeah, going high on this is not the problem. No. Going high or light is not a problem.
And Julie's got a nice little lead now. And we'll see if Tabitha can make a match out of it. Put a couple strikes up there, maybe.
37 pins, yeah. That's,
Oh. Yeah, she's standing up a lot. I don't know if she's not hitting the line the way she wants to. The chops have been very prevalent the last 2 matches.
and it's just so easy to leave those multiple pin conversions.
Yeah, I'd like to tally it up and see how many 6 and 7 counts there were over the last couple games. Probably quite a bit. So I'm watching her more and more. and Tabitha actually slides a little bit to the right when she goes to let go of the ball. And that is, you know, if you want to work on something in your game, for a right-hander to slide to the right is a problem because you're getting in the way of where your swing wants to go. So that kind of forces you to grip your ball a little bit more than you want to. So, you know, she's going to work a little bit more on something. I would say that would be just, you know, sliding straight or even drifting 1 or 2 boards to the left for her might be a big benefit for her.
How do you control that?
Yeah, that's practice. That's, you know, a lot of times when people drift to the right, they're either lining up too far to the left or their timing's a little bit off. I've seen a lot of women do it. They're in a ball that might have been a little bit too heavy, so it pulls their body to the right. Their timing might be a little bit late, which pulls their body to the right.
What if you set up your feet and put your right foot a little bit in front of your left foot?
Depends on if you're 4 or 5 steps.
Well, it's a tactic that I use myself personally to not miss right.
I've seen you do that. Well, I don't even, for missing right. But she's drifting right.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So that is definitely something in today's game with the way that the ball is hooked. You never want to have happen as a right-hander. You don't want to drift left as a left-hander. Walking straight, drifting 1 or 2 boards the opposite way is kind of what you want to look at. So you can have a really clean swing plane with your ball. You want your ball as close to your ankle as you can get.
Right.
You know, Julie was super tight to her ankle on that one if you watch the behind shot. Very tight to her ankle.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Yeah. I think a lot of the higher end coaches nowadays teach their players how to drift a little bit the opposite way. All right, Julie's still got a pretty commanding lead. And almost got a nice break on the crossover there.
It almost forces you to pull the ball in front of you, doesn't it?
It does, because if your leg goes in the way, you're going to grip the ball and you're going to go around where your foot is sliding to. The only other option is to throw the ball to the right, and it's something that happens more often than you would think. All right, hook. All right, good spare. Well, Julie's really in command right now. Tabitha's parents are out here watching, so I'm sure they're pretty proud of her, especially after the way she finished that last match. Pretty good pitch. Just forcing a little bit more than what she did when she was bowling against Michelle. You know, just a little bit forced.
And that shot is really kind of going to take her out of it.
Yeah. You know, great experience and great bowling. I was so impressed with those shots against Michelle, and hopefully she can just, you know, grow from the experience and keep it going. It looks like Julie's definitely our winner here. And she's probably going to have to give Terry a little bit of the money.
We'll watch one more shot from Julie.
Great shot. Making everything look good.
Well, Julie's going to be our champion, so she'll be easier to drive home with. And we'll be back right after this to talk to everyone and wrap up our month here at Rapids Bowling Center in Niagara Falls. Welcome back to Beat the Champ here in Niagara Falls for our special ladies show. Tabitha, you did a beautiful job today. First time we saw you bowl. Is this your first time on TV?
It is.
You didn't even look nervous.
I was.
No kidding. I wouldn't have guessed it. No, very nice game, very smooth, and great finish there against Michelle to get to this spot. But, you know, Julie's a tough competitor, and she finished second last time, and she wasn't going to do that again, I'm pretty sure.
No, that urethane ball, she threw it very smooth, very well. It was good.
All right.
She deserves it.
Yes, you do.
All right, Julie. Yeah. First time throwing a urethane ball ever. How do you feel about that?
The shot today, you needed urethane. You really did. So it was a good call. Good call.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Re-drilled that ball. That was her husband's. We talked about it. So
Yeah.
obviously.
Thank you, Sue, for drilling that ball for me. My husband for
All right.
giving me the ball.
Just great watching Julie bowl. Tough competitor, makes really good shots. Stayed down really well. I watch her bowl a lot. Sometimes she tends to get a little quick, but today, really great. I think you felt really comfortable using that ball.
I did. I can't believe it. I would never think I can use urethane, but today I needed it.
All right.
All right.
Well, great job. Super proud of you.
Thanks.
Way to go.
Thanks.
Well, it's always a little easier to talk about mechanics and fundamentals when we can point it out on ladies. So I hope everybody got their bowling lesson today on mechanics and urethane balls. And these women did us very well justice today, and it was really fun. So stay tuned with us. We're going to come back and wrap up the show and preview next week at Mawitz's Island Lanes. Stay tuned. Well, this wraps up our 8 weeks here in Niagara Falls at Rapids Bowling Center. 2 months of sports shots and tough lane conditions and women's bowling, everything that we had a lot of opportunity to teach and coach and talk about bowling balls and lane conditions. And Sue, thank you very much for your expertise, because as a coach and a teacher and a ball driller, I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you so much for being here and lending your expertise.
Thank you. Anytime you want me back, I'll be back. I love doing it.
Well, you do have a great eye for it, and this was a great atmosphere, was it not?
It was fantastic. I couldn't ask for more. You know, everybody learning more than they normally would from like a house shot, and this is just fantastic. It's great for bowling, great for Buffalo.
Absolutely. So we're wrapping up here after 8 weeks, and next week we're going back to Malice's Island Lanes, where, you know, they'd love to have us, and they always seem to have a great time.
Oh my gosh, we always have the craziest time at Mallwitz. So it's right over the Grand Island Bridge, so we're not moving too far, but you'll have to stay tuned. Thank you for watching from everybody here at WBBZ. Thanks for watching. Beat the Champ.
See you next week.